Morning, everyone. That is the moon just disappearing below the horizon. It's just after 3:30 a.m. I've just woken up, I've got my coffee going, or I've got water boiling for coffee there. It's Forest to Pass morning. I'm not looking forward to it because it's pretty cold and it sounds like it's really, really windy up there. So it's going to be interesting to say the least. The good thing is there's at least 10 other people up there. I'm not even camped on the trail, I'm slightly off the trail, but like last night there must have been 6 or 7 different people wander past my tent, literally right past my tent. I think that there's that much snow up here that they're just missing the trail and they saw the tent and they're just sort of like walking towards the tent basically. Anyway, my bear can is somewhere over there in the darkness. Once I've had my coffee, I might go and find it so I can have some food. Didn't get a great deal of sleep. Even though I was ridiculously tired, I just could not get to sleep last night. No idea why. But coffee should help. And then I've got one of those little 5-hour energy things that Amelia gave me, and I've not used it yet, but it's definitely going to get used this morning.
Hey everyone, so I've come about a mile from camp, I think. It's difficult to tell. I've got my hands full so I can't check the app. I've made it onto a big snowfield, which at the moment I'm negotiating without spikes. It seems to be quite nice and hard. For a change, it's been me walking past people's tents that are still sleeping. It's usually the other way around. I've had one fall, and it wasn't even on the snow, it was on some rocks. I just didn't pick my foot up high enough, like the idiot that I am. But I'm not 100% certain, but I think right in the centre of shot, that notch on the horizon, I think that's the Forest to Pass. I'm not 100% certain. It's somewhere on that little ridge there. That's where I'm headed. Oh look, I found the trail. Wow, what a fluke of chance. Oh, plumbing heck. I'm now back onto snow again. I think I'll be stopping shortly to put some spikes on. It looks like it shouldn't be negotiable, doesn't it? Or at least it does to me. It looks like you'd be an idiot to go up there, but several thousand idiots do it every year, so might as well try and join the club. I've got to admit, it's going to be a very long walk back if I can't make it. And I'm not being defeatist. It just genuinely scares me. So doing Whitney yesterday gave me a little bit more confidence, but it would have been nice if there was somebody else around, just for a little bit of peace of mind. You know, someone to watch me fall. I shouldn't joke about stuff like that, sorry, it's not funny. There's the trail. Some of this snow already this morning hasn't been all that hard, and I've post-holed a couple of times, which I wasn't expecting. You can see all the holes where people have gone through here. Oh, it plays with your eyes after a little while looking down at the snow like this. There we go. Solid ground again for a little while. Oh, well, this is very exciting and also very daunting. You never know, there might be somebody out. I think I can see a tent possibly up there, unless it's a big rock. Anyway, I surprised myself when I looked at the app last night, because I thought it was a crazy, crazy big climb, but it really isn't. I thought it was like a 2,000-3,000 foot climb, but I think by the time I get to the base of it, it's like a 1,000 or a 1,200 foot climb, something like that. So relatively, I suppose, it's a decent chunk, but nowhere near as big as I was expecting. Anyway, I'll bring you back when I am closer to the foot of it. You might be able to make out there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I can see 6 hikers going up there at the moment. So yeah, that is Forrester there. I was right for a change. So I'm just going to stop here. I'm on a little island of rock at the moment. I'm going to stop here, put my spikes on. I am a little bit worried because I've been post-holing as it is. I expected the snow to be a lot harder, but it's just a little bit soft on the top in places, so I'm going to have to be careful, but it's nice to see some other people, I've got to admit. Anyway, I am going to be taking my pack off, getting my spikes on, and then heading up. Wish me luck. How's that for a view though, just before I head off? Looking back down the valley where I camped last night. The sun, you can see, is just starting to hit the tops of these hills here, these mountains. It's a beautiful morning, definitely. Well, I'm part way up, and a couple of guys in front of me have been shouting down instructions of which way to go, but I've ended up basically kind of zigzagging up this hillside, mountainside here, and then I lost the switchbacks, so I just came basically straight up. But it's so hot climbing, you wouldn't expect it. I've got my alpha leggings on underneath my waterproof trousers. I did that on Whitney yesterday morning when I got to the top, and it actually worked really well. I can like feel them sticking to my legs now. And then on the top I've just got my sun hoodie, which at the moment is proving just about right. So this is devoid of snow, this switchback. Once we get up to the chute, I was actually wrong. I thought that Forrester Pass was this little notch up here hiding behind that, but it isn't. It's the one that was up there, kind of where the sunlight's hitting that little peak in the centre of the shot. That's the pass that we're aiming for. So it's nice. I'm just going to link up with these guys and tag on the end of them just to make me feel a little bit better. I'll tell you something though, this is truly epic. What a couple of days. There's no way I would have been able to do this last night when I was laid in a tent last night trying to get to sleep. My legs were hurting, well, aching so much. It doesn't look as though I traversed that much snow to get here, but obviously I did. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anyways, put you away for a little bit, and I might bring you back for the hair raising part maybe. He says straight away, come onto a little snow traverse. You see how far down it goes. Thankfully it looks quite hard. These guys don't seem to be having a problem. Oh yeah, it's easy. That's fine. Although it's quite difficult to do one-handed, I've got to admit. Boy. Alright, so the two people that were just shouting instructions down to me, I think it's a father and son possibly. I met them yesterday at one of the creeks and they're not doing too well with the altitude. They'd apparently slept right at the bottom of the trail down there last night because they couldn't find anywhere else. They kept losing the trail. Wow, this is... So it's not ideal to be wearing spikes on this stone because they've got a tendency to slip a little bit. But you can't keep taking them on and off all the time. It's just too bothersome. Oh, we're really climbing now. Well, we're approaching the business end of it now. It's just gone 6 a.m. The group of 4, just past those guys. So you can see this is not as bad as I thought it was. So you can see here there's zigzags going up there. But to get to them, you've got to cross this bit that's hiding around the corner. This is the bit that you see on all the films and clips and stuff like that. And it's nowhere near as bad as I thought it was. I thought it was like, oh man, this is a bit of a disappointment. I thought it was about 4 times as long as that. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep the camera rolling when I go across. Sorry. Thank you though. Oh wow, this is so easy. Bird's eye view. So this girl here is actually carrying my camera in a backpack. She was nice enough to film me going across. It was pretty awesome.
This is really good.
Nice and easy. Hey. Thank you so much for doing that. That's brilliant.
Okay. Now you've got 2 videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get you.
Right. You ready for this, folks? This is going to be a slap you in the face. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. $13,200. Holy moly. So you can see where people have been sliding down this side, which I won't be doing. I'll be taking the boot track that leads off there. That is a lot of snow to negotiate. That's crazy. Oh. Yeah, we're rolling. So we've got Ella here at the front and Reggae following me down. Seem to be enjoying themselves very much. And you can see the view. This is just epic. As this is Ella's second time on snow, I don't know about Reggae, but seem to be doing all right. It's just starting to soften up a little bit now with the sun on it, so I'm gonna stop filming and get moving. So we've got a nice little clear rocky bit down here. I'll take advantage of it and basically get undressed. I'm absolutely sweltering hot. I need to get these waterproof trousers off and get these alpha pants off as well. Oh, it's actually not been too bad walking on that snow. You've almost been able to walk normally. But there's always at the back of your mind the little, is it going to post hole or is it going to slip? And just when I get down here, I'm going to show you this new amazing view. It's funny, I've built Forester up in my mind to be that scary for 6 years now, and it actually wasn't that bad. I would imagine if there was more snow it would be a lot worse, but yeah, I was quite impressed. There we go. This place is just insane. It's literally just wilderness as far as the eye can see. Just mountain peaks, rock fields, trees, snow fields. It's just epic. And then you can see the guys coming down here. You can kind of make out the traverse down from the pass. Really cool. It's just after 7 a.m. and it looks like the hard part's done with. You can see Forester Pass itself right in the centre of the shot, the little nook there. And then you can see the traverse coming down the hillside, the mountainside. And then I've just come down this this rock stretch, this kind of like ridge line, coming all the way down here. The views are just beautiful as per usual. And we've got this very mythical looking pathway stretching out before us. It really does feel like the last few days, some of the landscapes I've walked through have been straight out of some sort of fantasy movie. I keep expecting like orcs and goblins to pop out or something like that. It's just, it's mythical. That's one of the best words I can describe it. Yesterday I hiked for about 9 miles, which doesn't sound very much, but it was long enough. I didn't see a single person, not one person at all, and it just really kind of reinforced the feeling of remoteness and being out in the wilderness. Something like this, you're very rarely alone. There's nearly always some other people within kind of earshot or within sight. But yesterday, I think because I was between Whitney and Forester, so people were kind of like doing one or the other. There weren't many people moving between the two. So yeah. Funnily enough, if you remember me saying, I don't know if I said on the video, I'd asked a hiker that had just got back to his tent at Whitney about the conditions. Well, it turns out that's Peter. who's walking with the girls behind me, Ella and Reggae. So yeah, that's funny. I bumped into him this morning. He's like, "Hey, wait, are you the guy that asked me?" So yes, Peter, I was the guy that asked you, and thank you for your advice. Because of you, I got to see the sunrise just in time on Whitney. I'm very happy about that. Almost as happy as I am making it over Forrester. That is the two, Whitney and Forrester were the two big stumbling blocks that I had in my head. They were the two things that were going to cause me big problems on this trail. And now both of them are done. That is really, really reassuring. Big confidence boost as well for the passes that are coming up, because I know Forrester is the highest point. It's the highest pass on the PCT. So I know that if I can do that, and if I can do Whitney, then my chances for doing the rest of it are also pretty good. So all I've got to do today is walk about 19 miles, try and get a hitch from Onion Valley Campground down into Independence, and then from Independence either get a hitch, or the group behind me said there's a bus at 5:15 that goes to Bishop. That'd be really nice if I can get on that, if I haven't got a hitch by then. So this is the rock path that I came down. Once you got to the end of it, the path actually carried on in the opposite direction, but nobody had traversed it. Everybody had come this way and slid down the hillside. I tried going the other way, and it was just, the snow was just too soft. The sun softened it up too much already. So I was post-holing on a really, really steep slope. So the safest option was to slide down like everybody else had done. I'm saying safest, I've blooded my knuckle a little bit, and my behind feels a little bit sore, but apart from that, it worked out the best. And then I've just come down, it's not the PCT path properly, but I've come down here. Otherwise you would be right up on this ridge up here. But just look at this this little pond here. It's absolutely beautiful, the colour on it. Turquoisey green, just all sort of frozen over still. The icy water. It's a beautiful colour, really is. No doubt when the sun gets a bit of warmth into it, it won't stay frozen for much longer. It looks like I'm traversing this little ridge here, and dropping down. Once I drop down into the valley, it looks like the snow is petering out. So I'm going to keep the spikes on for now, but hopefully in the next kind of half hour or so, I should be able to get rid of them and put them away and get back to some normal walking. And you can see the guys possibly just coming down the rock path up here. So even though it's only 7:30 in the morning, I am starting now to break through the snow and post-hole when I'm walking on it. It looks to be vary in depths, but anywhere up to like a foot deep in places. Hopefully this section down here that's in the valley, you can see it's still in the shade. I'm kind of hoping I'm walking through that, because that's going to be heavier. It's going to be harder than the stuff that's been hit by the sun. You won't be able to make it out on the camera, but there's a very cheeky marmot sat on the rock here. Right in the centre of the screen there. Probably going to run away any second now. The funny things, they sit there looking at you for ages, almost like they're posing for photographs, and then they just disappear down into their little burrows and the holes in the ground. What a morning though. It's really nice. I know I was complaining about the snow and stuff like that, but it's nice to have seen it like this. It's manageable, but it's also beautiful. Just the right sort of balance of danger and beauty, for want of a better way of putting it. A very rewarding experience so far. So back to traversing the slopes. This, as I said, is still quite hard. That's going to change in the next half hour because the sun's about to burst over that ridgeline there. And then this is going to be really soft. At the moment, I think we've timed it almost perfectly to get up and over this morning. Worked out really, really well. I've got to admit, I had trouble prizing myself out of that sleeping bag at 3:30 this morning. That bag, I don't like saying it, but it's almost too warm. I think it's going to get used as a duvet most of the time, a blanket. I had it done up last night, and I mean, to say I was at 12,000 feet elevation, I expected to be like cold, but I had to unzip it. It's ridiculous. Very, very good product, Feathered Friends. Where are we going now? Over the rocks, or looks like the boot track goes down there. So I think I'm probably going to be better off following that rather than making my own decisions. So I want to show you one of the dangers of hiking on snow like this. You've got no idea how thick it is, and you've got no idea what's underneath it. So I've just been coming down this snowfield like this, just all looks fine. And then you come to this. I don't want to get too near the edge, but you can see there's a freezing cold river running underneath the snow. You can see how thick the snow is there. That's, I'm going to guess in places maybe 3 going on 4 feet thick in places. But you can also see how around the edges it's starting to break off and collapse. Now if you unknowingly step on an edge like that, I mean, I can't hear, the only reason I can see that, obviously I can see it's there and I can hear it, but if that was all covered in snow, I would have absolutely no clue that that was underneath it. So you really do have to be careful. That is exactly what happened to the girl in 2019 that I was saying about. I don't think the snow was as thick, so the snow was covering the river. We had no idea it was there. She just must have stepped on a weak point and just went straight through and ended up with her feet in the freezing cold river. So yeah, another danger of snow travel. Well, I've been working my way down this valley most of the morning so far. It's about 8:30ish now, I think. Look at this for a camping spot. You got that. Nice flat platform. Oh, marmot scared the living daylights out of me. Literally just down there on the rock. Hello! And then look at this majestic valley. It's just spanning out before us. I think I'm probably at the point now where I can take the spikes off only seems to be kind of intermittent patches of snow, and they're not too bad. But that is pretty nice, is it not? So it's 9:30 and I am 4.2 miles away from the Kearsarge Pass exit that I want. Things have been going according to plan so far. One river crossing that was a little bit hairy. Thought I was going to have to wade through, but then I found a tree trunk that was down across it. But anyone that knows me knows that my balance is pretty much non-existent, so getting across the tree trunk was a little bit of a challenge for me. But it's been real nice walking down through this valley this morning. Really varied scenery and terrain. So my plan, I think I'm going to try and make it to the Kearsarge Pass trailhead and then stop there for a break. I'm going to put the tent up and let it dry out. I would like to be able to have some phone service there, but I don't know if that's a reality or not. If I could have phone service, then I could get some accommodation sorted out for Bishop before I head off down Kearsarge Pass. But if not, no worries. Probably just have a little bit of food, let the tent dry, and then try and get the 9 miles to Onion Valley campground done, and then take things from there. Hopefully, an easier day than yesterday. This time yesterday, I was just getting back to my tent after summiting Whitney. It seems pretty crazy that I've been walking for about 16 miles this time yesterday, and today I've done about 5 or 6. And that's the difference in start times and terrains for you. Terrain can make a huge difference. Navigating all that snow this morning really slows you down. I've just passed 4 Forest Service employees heading the opposite direction. I really wasn't expecting to see any wildlife. I thought they'd have disturbed everything. But there's 2 deer here, just chilling out on the trail. Really close to me as well. I would say, 20 or 30 feet, if that. I kind of don't want to move towards them to disturb them. They're just enjoying a meal. Look at that. Now they've spotted me. Wow. They're so tame. They just don't seem bothered at all. Well, they didn't. Now they're legging it. How nice was that to see? Oh. Well, I'm at mile 787.5 and I've just come upon Vidette Meadow, I think it is. and it's quite the contrast. You've got all this rich, lush green grass down here in the meadow, and then towering behind it, you've got these huge granite peaks with snow on top. It just doesn't seem right to have these two things so close together. It's very strange. 2.6 miles to Kearsarge Pass. Just take a look at this! It's a seriously good job I don't have to cross that. I think this is called Bubbs Creek, but I might be mistaken. Some serious power in that water. I don't think you'd stand a chance of crossing that. Kearsarge just doesn't seem to be getting any closer. And I do have a 1,200 foot climb to get up to it as well. And then I've got no idea of what the conditions are, up or down, when I've got to the junction. So that'll be interesting to find out. I'm getting really hungry now. I think I may have finished with wraps. I'm just thinking about food, and I think about wraps, and I just like, I just don't want them. Especially when they're a few days old and they're all quite manky and stuck together. Just not nice. I might see if I can find something else, some alternative in town. First job in town is shower, and then shower again, and maybe even shower a third time. It's been about 9 days. I can hear you all gasping and like going, ooh! But yeah, it's been about 9 days. My last shower was in Ridgecrest before I set off for Walker Pass. Basically, I stopped for a couple of hours in Kennedy Meadows, but that's the only stop I've had in the last few days, well, in the last kind of 8 or 9 days. Look at those peaks. That is crazy. Absolutely insane. Well, that serves me right for not paying attention. My GPS hasn't been updating my location, and it's taken me a while to notice. Consequently, I've come quite a far way off trail. There was basically a junction that I should have taken, but I didn't, because the app was showing me in the wrong place. Unfortunately, to get back to it, it's all uphill. Some people might find that funny. It's mildly amusing to me. Oh look, would you believe it? Here I am back at Vidette Meadow. So annoyed with myself. I think I was even filming when I passed the sign, the junction. I thought something was wrong, because the elevation was saying that was supposed to be going up, but I just kept going down into the valley. And I was just like, oh, well, it must be right, because it's the app, you know, the app's always right. And then when it said that it was still 2.6 miles away, I realised there was something wrong. I don't know. So frustrating. I'd been making good time as well, and that's just cost me. Oh well, shorter lunch break it'll be. I've still not stopped. I was going to stop at the top of the climb when I got to the Kearsarge Pass exit, but that's still the plan. Right, in my defence, that sign does not say PCT apart from where someone scratched it on. Nor does it say PCT on that side, nor does it say PCT on that side. So there's no wonder I missed it really, is there? Oh, never mind. It was a nice scenic detour and you got to see a bit of footage and a bit of scenery that has probably not appeared on any other PCT videos. You're welcome. Well, I'm not going to lie, this climb is really challenging me. It's just really, really steep, and now it's just all exposed. There's a little bit in the trees to start with, but it's just crazy. I'm having to do like 1 or 2 switchbacks and then stop in the shade and catch my breath. But look at what the result is. Yeah, that's not bad, is it? So that's where I've come down from this morning. I've come all the way down that valley from the top of the mountains. When you see that and you start thinking about what you can put your body through, all that carrying like a heavy pack as well, because I've still got at least 2 days worth of food, probably 3 in this backpack. I've definitely brought too much food with me for the speed that I've been moving. But this is, I think I'm nearing the top. So there's a turn off to start with for Bullfrog Lake. You can exit via that one if you want, but I'm not going to. Most of the comments say that Kearsarge Pass is a much more scenic pass, and I believe free of snow at the moment as well. Let's just have another look around, shall we? While I've got the camera out. Epic or what? This is the face of a very tired individual. It's been some long days recently, and that climb was just the icing on the cake. But I've made it. I'm 0.2 miles away from Kearsarge Pass. I'm kind of on the top, on the flat, and I'm just going to give you a little view of it now. I don't know whether to stop here and put the tent up. I think it might be a good idea. Although I have heard that, I'm just going to check the comments on the app actually, because I'm sure that someone said, more than one person has said that if you go a few tenths of a mile into the drop down Kearsarge Pass, there's some stunning campsites, and it might be nice to, I mean, this is nice enough, isn't it? This is just glorious. But yeah, I'm gonna have a look at the app and see what the comments say. I'll have to remember about this camp spot when I come back. It's on rock, so I wouldn't get my tent up, but it'd be a pretty cool place to cowboy, simply because of this. It's not bad really, is it? It is absolutely stunning. Words fail me completely. The Kearsarge Pass is up there somewhere. I think I can see a sign or somebody stood at the top. A lot of work. A lot of work. There is a view. You've seen most of it already, but I mean, I'm just going to keep showing you it because it's just that beautiful. It's like a painting. It's like someone's reached into your mind and picked out what you think an alpine landscape looks like. All these rocky peaks, patches of snow, little alpine, well, I'm saying little, alpine lakes, little waterfalls, streams. Yeah. I'll show you again when I get to the top, because it'll be slightly different and I'll think, wow, that's a nice view. I must remember when I come back this way in a couple of days' time not to film anything because I've filmed it all already. So basically, this trail brings you off at a campground, Onion Valley Campground. From there, I'd like to try and get a hitch a ride into the town of Independence. Now I could stay in Independence if I wanted to, but I have a package in Bishop that I sent myself from Kennedy Meadows. So I'm going to go on to Bishop, either get the bus or hitch onto Bishop. And because I've taken like 9 miles to get off trail, this is all to get off trail to resupply, charge up, pick my package up. I don't see the point in just taking one rest day. Also, I have a food parcel at Muir Trail Ranch, further up the trail. They don't open until June 15th. And if I just have one day in Bishop, I run the risk of getting there before they open. So, all things considered, with it being such a tough section physically and mentally, and like I say, about 9 days since my last rest at Ridgecrest, I'm going to take 2 days off in Bishop, and that's going to allow me to get myself sorted out properly and hopefully get caught up and get some videos uploaded for you guys so you can see this majestic landscape. So rather than show you that view again, I thought I'd just do a little motion lapse. The clouds looked like they were quite nice. It's about 2:25. This is the other side of Kearsarge Pass. I nearly said Forester Pass then, idiot. Kearsarge Pass. It is beautiful again, but not quite as jaw-droppingly beautiful as the other side. And I think that is a very good descriptor for it. Quite literally, if you had never seen anything like that before, and you hike this trail up the way I'm coming down now, and you got to that pass at the top, I'm pretty sure your mouth would just open in awe. It's that beautiful. Anyway, hopefully, fingers crossed, it's all downhill for me now, quite literally. Looking forward to a blooming good rest, and for some reason I want some pineapple. I have no idea why. I just want fresh pineapple. This is the strangest thing. Oh man. It's about 3:30 p.m. and I am, I think, almost at Onion Valley Campground. I generally don't know. This trail just seems never ending. I'm definitely on the right one this time. I know I'm on the right one. Just been past a really nice lake. I can see a road down there, which I'm guessing leads to the campground. So I can't be too far away. And I think that that town that you can maybe see or maybe not right in the distance in the valley floor, I think that might be Independence. Just got a little bit of signal coming down the mountain on the phone. Been trying to find somewhere to stay in Bishop. Man, are they expensive, those hotels. Found two possibilities, but the internet keeps cutting out, so, and by all accounts there's no internet down at the campground. So I think it's going to have to be arrive in Bishop and find somewhere when I'm there. Which I don't like doing, but when there's no choice, you can't help it, can you? Oh, man. Funnily enough, one of the choices, one of the choices is the exact same hotel I stayed at in 2019. The Thunderbird Motel. It was alright, it wasn't anything fancy. So I wouldn't be too disappointed if I ended up there again. And then there was a Super 8 as well, which I know is a big budget chain over here in the States. I think it'll probably end up being one of those two.